My name is Jewel Tankard, and I live in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I am actually an economist by profession. I graduated from the University of Michigan, and I've been studying money cycles a while, and it amazes me how much things are changing in the industry and in banking, and also the fact that most people work for their money and they get paid once a week or twice a month. But the reality is money is moving every day, right? So if money is moving every day, we need to certainly put ourselves in a position to make money every single day. So I'm excited for you to get this information. It's very innovative in the nature of it. It's very advanced, and but the reality is however advanced it is, I tell people all the time, that they're advanced things, innovative financial products, financial skill sets that are in the earth that people are becoming wealthy on every single day. This is actually a position where a lot of the uber wealthy actually live. Very few lower class or middle class participate in what I'm going to talk to you about tonight. So I believe without a shadow of a doubt that this can be a game changer. I also think that it's critical for us to look at as we get ready to leave 2017 and go into 2018, that we take a look at kind of the financial landscape of where we've been, where we are, and then certainly where we're going. And the reality is that wealth is not built overnight. It's not an event. It's not just a meeting with a financial planner or a financial advisor, but it's definitely perpetual and continual. It's something that you definitely want to continue to do and continue to participate in. And so I'm going to be talking to you about the new rules of money because there are old rules of money and then there are new rules of money. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to pull up a presentation here where you guys will be able to see my screen. Give me just a moment. And we'll get this pulled up so you can take a look at this. All right, very good. Okay, so I was actually introduced to this company last year in April, Imarketslive, and it hands down was definitely one of the best financial decisions that I believe that I could have made. And what it is, basically, it's a company that is definitely ahead of its time. We literally don't have any competitors. Imarketslive is a category creator in that there's no one else that's teaching the common man how to make uncommon money by trading foreign currency. And the beautiful thing about this is everything happens on your cell phone through a financial app. So let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. So what is trading foreign currency? Trading foreign currency basically is the ability to trade one currency for another. So it's any two countries and their two currencies trading. So for example, if you were to go to Europe for the holiday coming up, you would have to trade the dollar for the euro. And depending on the value of the dollar in comparison to the value of the dollar would determine if you got more euros back or less euros back. Okay, that is definitely a fact. And that can happen with any two countries and their two currencies. It can happen with you trading the euro GBP, which is the Great Britain pound. It can happen with you trading the peso. You can trade oil, you can trade gold, you can trade silver, you can trade any two countries and their two currencies. And we basically teach you how to buy and how to sell. If a particular currency pair is going up, then you're going to place a buy. If a particular currency pair is going down, then you're going to place a sell, okay? This is the largest and most financial liquid in the entire world. There's $5.3 trillion a day being traded every single day. And again, everything happens on your cell phone. Now, I wanna say this because I know some people did get on here because we talked about a leadership webinar. I am going to be going over some leadership strategies right after this webinar, but I had quite a few people who didn't quite understand, and so they invited prospects on here. So for those of you that are leaders on here right now that are looking for business strategy, you're gonna get it, but it'll be after this presentation. So we'll probably be starting that right around 6:30. Okay, all right, so now this market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. All right. So the market opened back up Sunday at 5 o'clock. We're trading right now, and that's going to happen until Friday at 5 o'clock is when the market will close again. We always recommend that when you first get started, that you get started on demo accounts. We want you to start on demo accounts. That's very, very important. We want you to get on there and kind of get the hang of that. Now, who's trading? Who's trading? Banks are trading. Hedge funds are trading. That's how they make their money, which is why banks like you to leave large deposits in those accounts. Why? Because they're able to take that money and trade it. And what happens is the bank turns around and pays you a very, very low percentage. That's why they'll tell you you're going to make, it's a small percentage, for goodness sake, but they'll say, hey, you're going to make 1% a year, or if you make a larger deposit, maybe they'll pay you 1.2% per year, something very, very minimal. But the banks are the wholesaler, and then so they're getting a larger percentage, and then they pass that off to their clients. Okay, and so those are the people that are making that are trading foreign currency. Also, when you look at very big conglomerates like Lehman Brothers, Goldman Sachs, Silicon Valley, Apple, these big companies are not just saving money. They're not just opening up a savings account and saying, okay, we're going to save this money. No, they actually, what they're doing is they're actually taking that money and trading that money. So when they get ready to come out with a new product, something innovative, a new software, a lot of times they don't even have to take the revenue that's being generated by whatever product or service that they're offering, but they simply go into their Forex broker account and are able to take the profits that are happening from those Forex traders that are trading for those companies, and they take that money and they use it to launch new products into the company. So again, big conglomerates do not just save money. No one just saves money anymore. You don't save your money just to save money. You save money to invest money. Okay. Ultimately, you want to become an investor. You want your business to become an investor. Okay. Now, what is Imarketslive? It's first-class Forex education and software provider. Love this company because basically what they've done is they have simplified. Okay, they have simplified how to trade foreign currency. Most people, when they think of trading foreign currency, they think it may be complicated. They think it may be something that's complex over their head. Maybe they need to go to school for it. But I promise you, the educational system that Imarketslive has put together is really, really basic. And they put it together for the common person to make uncommon money. I promise you, you can put your fifth grader in front of our training, and within a week or two, they'll be able to put in a trade, okay? Remember, everything happens from your cell phone, so you do not have to sit in front of a computer all day long every day. The company was founded in 2013. We're in 120 countries. The company is also debt-free and privately owned. I think that's very important to know that. We have a dynamic learn and earn service that I'm really excited about. And what Imarketslive has done is they're bringing Wall Street to Main Street. And I think, again, that's very important. Why? Because if you think about movies like The Big Short or The Wolf of Wall Street, these guys understood wealth building principles that, again, the average person does not understand unless they went to school to get their Series 6 or their Series 7. None of that education is needed. And as a matter of fact, any of the uber wealthy will tell you that most people that have become wealthy, it wasn't because of traditional or former education. It was based on wealth mentorship. And that's exactly what Imarketslive offers. It's almost like signing up for Wealth University to learn all the secrets, the secret sauce, the secret ingredients to what the wealth you know. All right. All the marketing is done by word of mouth. This is our corporate leadership team. And I think this is important to know this about our team, because when you start talking about partnering with a company or putting yourself in a position to learn, to grow, you want to know that the people that are at the helm of that of this really understand what they're talking about. And I can tell you right now that Christopher Terry is probably one of the most financially brilliant people that I've ever met. He has a very, very, very strong understanding of global economics and the movement of money, which is also extremely important to understand that. And he has definitely made tens of millions of dollars himself trading foreign currency, okay? And just really had a desire to teach, again, the average person. He's a young man from the Bronx, grew up kind of hard knocks and got a couple really great mentors in his life that will really be able to pour into him and to teach him how to trade. And so now he has a system, again, that the average person can understand. Isis De La Torre also is a really phenomenal beast in banking. This woman has a very strong understanding of the banking industry and also global economics and the movement of money. Alex Morton actually married his first $1 million at 27 years old. It says, what is our purpose? Chris and I believe in building a true vehicle that will bring people respect, dignity, power to change their lives and lives of others around the world. That's really important, because the reality is that when you have money, it does give you respect, it does give you dignity, and it certainly gives you power. And certainly we can see all this happening right now, you know, around the world, in Houston and Orlando and the Caribbean. You know, those people certainly need our prayers, but even more than that, they need our resources. They need our money. It's going to take money to build back some of these cities and to get contractors in here to fix people's homes. So again, over and over, I want to just let you know that money definitely makes a big difference in really being able to impact the lives of other people. So again, Imarketslive is a great vehicle for that. All right, Imarketslive. How can Imarketslive, okay, help you learn and earn? Help you learn and earn. That is really important, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. All right, now let's talk about mirror trading, and this is something that is offered in Imarketslive. And so basically it's 100% hands-free. You will have access to professional Forex traders. Some of these guys are really young guys, but I tell you what, they've really gotten a revelation and understanding on how the markets work, and you'll have the ability to let them trade your money for you. We have low risk traders, we have medium risk traders, and then we also have high risk traders, and you'll have an opportunity to look at the trading and how they perform and who you like. You can also change traders at any time as well. Okay, we're going to teach you how to use proper risk management, trading foreign currency. Are you taking a risk? The answer is absolutely yeah. It's with any type of investment, you're taking a risk. If you buy real estate, you're taking a risk. If you buy an oil well, you're taking a risk. So it's impossible to become wealthy without taking a risk. So the answer, are there risks? Yes. But we do teach you how to minimize those risks, okay? You can deposit money into those Forex accounts or withdraw money from those Forex accounts at any time. We literally have people that are living off of their trades, okay? I love this. 75% of the population has less than $5,000 in the bank for retirement. Okay, that is a problem. And that's absolutely something that we need to look at. The reality is that most people that are working a job today, they're making just enough money to pay their bills. They're making just enough money. And they may even have an amazing lifestyle. You know, they may be in a mansion. May have their kids in private school. Maybe driving the dream car, Mercedes or BMW, or whatever they want to drive. They may have all of those things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're putting enough money away to be able to create their lifestyle to live this way when they retire. Most people retire, they have to downgrade, not because they want to, but because they have to. And so it's very important that this very first bullet that you're looking at that says wealth compounding. Compounding interest is probably one of the smartest things that a person can do. Warren Buffett says, if your money is not growing 20% per year, then the likelihood of you becoming wealthy is very small. The old rules of money is getting a traditional 401k, annuity, mutual fund, CD, bond. Listen, guys, I'm not against those things, but the reality is those are very conservative. The rate of return in some cases on some CDs and bonds is 2%. Some annuities may give you 4%. The highest I've seen at large is 8%. Okay? You're not going to be able to grow your money to outrun inflation. Inflation per year right now is about 11%. So that means that if you're not growing your money by more than 11% per year, then more than likely you are not able to sufficiently prepare yourself for tomorrow. And we need more people today that are in their earning years, whether you're in your 20s or your 40s or your 60s. And the reality is, 80 is the new 60 because of, modern day medicine and people getting healthy and working out and juicy and eating right and getting on a vegan diet and, you know, thinking good thoughts, all those things, people are outliving their money. So we have a lot of people right now, baby boomers, that are 70 years old and 80 years old, said, oh my goodness, my pension is cut off. You know, I didn't expect to live this long. Because once you spend your 401k, it is gone forever. Okay, so the key is to make sure that you're getting aggressive calls. Okay, aggressive returns on your money. All right. Now, let's go ahead and move on to let's look at this next slide, IML Fusion Trader. Okay, IML Fusion Trader. And so basically, this is where we have traders that will trade your money for you. Again, you can choose low risk, medium risk, and high risk. Okay, and again, we're going to teach you how to use proper risk management. Now, right here is basically, it says IML Fusion Trader Risk Management Best Practices. So for example, with Optimus Prime, this is one of our traders. His minimum deposit for him is $1,000, okay? And you can see here, it says if you're a higher risk trader, you can just do $1,000 with what we call 0.01 lot size. You'll learn about that. That's basically you saying, you're taking 10 cents, you're going to take a 10-cent trade and let them trade it. Or if you're a lower risk, then you need to put $2,000 in that account with the same lot size. And again, we'll teach you lot size basically just simply means the amount of money that you're starting in a particular trade. And again, this is what I love. Remember, it's made for the common guy who would have never been able to afford to participate in this arena to be able to do that. The minimum deposit with Mr. Consistency, another trader that we have, is $500. Yoda, another trader that we have, you can literally start with just $100. That is amazing. Another trader that we have, Zeus, you can start with as little as $350. So again, you can see that it doesn't take a lot of money to start. Sometimes people are like, oh my goodness, I gotta think about it. I was like, listen, you spend $100 at the movies with the kids, buying some nachos and popcorn and Skittles. So don't get skittish. The only way you're gonna grow your money is by putting it in a vehicle like trading foreign currency, which is why the uber wealthy do it, which is probably why your parents didn't talk to you about it, because they didn't know to talk to you about it. My parents are serial entrepreneurs and have done very well in the entrepreneur space, but they never became investors, okay? So these are, you'll also be able to see how your traders have performed. So you can see we have one here, Dart Trader, low risk trader. The current balance in his account is $12.83. His growth over the last month has been 27%, 0.42%. That's very, very good. Where it says pips right there, it's 851. A pip is the same thing as a point. These are things that you will learn. But one thing you do know is that 27%, 0.42% is very good return, right? I don't think anybody's probably getting that on their money unless they're in real estate possibly. You can see Zeus here. It tells you his current balance that he has is 63.27. And these are these guys on personal account that we're monitoring as well. And you'll be able to connect your account to their account, okay? He's grown his account 26.54%. And you'll be able to go on and see all of the list of them. Again, on the left, you can see right next to their names is if in green, low risk, yellow, medium risk, and then also red is high risk, okay? All right, great. The next one, this is if you want to go into the specifics. If you want to go into the specifics of what's happening with each trader, you can actually look at that. You can see, hey, you know, the growth is 28.30%. The daily growth is 0.33%. The monthly growth is 12.88%. Okay, the initial balance was 1,000. Now it's up to 1283. So you can go through each one and really see in detail what those traders have done. Okay. And so that's just kind of laid out here. I won't go through each one, but I did want you to know that you'll have access to that when you sign up. Also, you'll get something to your phone called Swipe Trades. This is where you literally, if you can copy and paste, then you can profit. And I talk to people who sometimes say, I don't know how to copy and paste. I said, well, let us teach you. Because innovation and technology, even if you don't like it, it's not going anywhere. And the reality is these are where the millionaires and the billionaires are being birthed, in this innovative technological space. Okay, so again, if you can copy and paste, wouldn't it be worth it to be able to learn how to copy and paste and then turn around and profit? Absolutely, yes. All right, so those are what we call the swipe trades. And again, you'll get those text message directly to your phone, okay? These are something called daily swing trades. These come directly from the CEO himself. These are what we call swing trades, usually stay in the system about 3 to 5 days. A lot of the trades that you'll get, those trades will, go in and then you'll be right back out of the market maybe that same day. All right, where with the swipe or with the daily swing trades, a trade may go in on Monday and it may not actually come out until Friday. Okay, so those stay in a little bit longer, but I can tell you that our swing trades from the owner, almost, I'm going to go ahead and say probably 85 to 90% of what he recommends to be traded absolutely, positively goes right to profit. Okay, that's really, really important to know that. And I just want to say this because I know we live in a very fast-paced society. Nobody feels like they have time for anything. Everybody feels like they're so busy, so busy, so busy. But my thing is like, are you busy being broke? Are you busy in the same financial space that you were last year? Or can you say, honestly, you know what? I'm actually moving ahead. Most people never see more than a 10% variance in their income every year. Which is sad, because the reality is all of us, I'm sure on this webinar tonight, have a lot of vision. And for some of you, if you could have been like Beyonce and wrote $1 million check, or Tyler Perry, I think it was, who wrote $1 million check, you would have done it. Hopefully you did something. But the point is that the more money that you have, the more money you can make impact in other people's lives. Okay. All right. So this is what it'll look like on your phone. You'll download a financial app when you sign up. You'll have, and on the screen, you'll see this was actually one of my accounts that we took a screenshot of, and I had a $239 morning. You can see at the top, it says day. If I was to hit week, you'd be able to see what I made in the week. In the month, you'll be able to see what I made in the month. But right here, it says Euro JPY, which is a euro, and the Japanese yen. We basically took their 70 cents and turned it into $3.37. We traded CAD, JPY, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, 70 cents, and turned it into $6.30. USD, JPY took 7 cents, turned it into $2.31. And you can see all of these trades added up together brought $239 profit. Man, that's good, isn't it? That's really, really, really good, isn't it? All right. Okay, cool. The next slide basically breaks down for you. I did a screenshot of what I did in the month. And these, trades might sound small. You might say, man, $3.37 is not a lot of money, or $6.30. But as you can see, you add them up, and yeah, it adds up. It adds up nicely. $724, for the month in that particular account. That's good, All right, let's look at the next slide. So when the trades actually are in, this gives you a screenshot of what it'll look like. Every trade will start in the negative. So when you see GBP USD, and that's negative $23, okay? What we're doing is we're waiting for those to turn to blue, hopefully. And then when it's in blue, blue represents profit. So if I was to close out Euro USD in a sell, okay, all right, took $1.50. The decimals are off. I know it looks like 15 cents, but you have to move the decimal over 1 is really what it is. $1.50, and it turned into $30.60. So if I was to swipe to the left, I could close that right on the spot, and that $30.60 would be added to my account. Man, listen, even if you just made an additional $10 a day, we start off really small. $5 a day is more than what you're making right now. There's nothing out there that's giving those kinds of results, okay? All right. Okay, and so this is just another account I was showing. Now this was a larger account, so we were getting greater returns. This is what I did for the week in this particular account, made $1,000.25. So I'm sorry, $1,025. You can see profit right there at the bottom. Okay. All right. In life, the only thing that no one can take from you are the skill sets that you develop. You also have access to Forex education with IML Academy, where you can learn everything about trading foreign currency, live training webinar. You'll have access to every single day. I promise you, you're going to love our traders. They talk to you like you have no clue what you're doing. I remember when I first saw this opportunity, as excited as I was like, oh my gosh, I feel inadequate. Even though I'm an economist, I didn't know anything about trading foreign currency. It's like, what the heck? But our trainers are amazing, and they really, really do a great job at keeping it basic. You also have access to the IML harmonic scanner, okay, where you will be able to look at this and literally it tells you, it looks like Greek now, I know, but it literally tells you, and you can't see it because it's too small, but it literally tells you when to enter the market, when to get out of the market. And I can tell you right now, this scanner, I'm going to go ahead and say this 90% leads you to profit. We have so many people making money. We have one person who started with a $500 account. And I know this sounds aggressive, and I know you're going to be like, oh my gosh, there's no way. I know you feel that way because you've not seen it, but it doesn't mean it's not happening. We had somebody start with a $500 account in January. And the other month, in the month of July, he made $50,000. We had another guy who started with $1,500 in the last 6 months. He now has over $250,000 in his account. Is that going to happen for you? I cannot make any, profit guarantees because it just depends on how much you engage. But I can tell you right now, it takes less than 1 minute to look at the scanner, and it tells you when to enter. You simply put in the information, and it'll take you less than 1 minute to put a trade in on your phone. Wouldn't it be so worth it to do that, right? How do you get started? Okay, it's $235 one time that you're going to spend. That's going to give you access to the academy. That's going to give you access to the live training webinar, to the harmonic scanner, to the daily swing trades. All right. You also will have access to the swipe trade, so they send text messages to your phone. You'll also have access to the Fusion Trader, okay, where someone else can trade for you. Again, you'll have access to all of those things. It's $235 one time. That goes to the company. And then it's $185 every 30 days. Now, if you get 2 customers to do the exact same thing that you're doing, they're going to waive your monthly fee. And I can tell you that's pretty easy to do. We have an overview prospecting video of everything that I taught tonight. That usually I tell people watch that for 10 minutes. And then once they've watched that for 10 minutes, they are ready to go. They're ready to go. I mean, who doesn't want to make more money, right? And so once they see that, then you get them on the phone with myself or whoever invited you on the call. We answer questions for them. We close them, and then bada boom, bada bing, they're ready to go. You no longer have a monthly fee, and now you put yourself in a position to not live from paycheck to paycheck. Finishing out 2017 smarter financially is the smartest thing that you can do. Nobody wants to go into 2018 with the same financial behavior. And listen, your financial behavior might not be bad. You might have good financial behavior, but we can always grow, right? Okay. Now, this is just another part of it that if you decided that you wanted to educate other people, the company does pay a very lucrative compensation plan for that. You make $35 per person that you personally enroll. And then on the second level, you make $10 per person. On the third level, you make $5 per person. And again, that is completely optional. You may just want to grow your money. But for those of you like who know, oh no, I'm going to want to tell some people about this, then just know that there's also a very lucrative income that you can make on the trading foreign currency side as well. Okay. Now, if you go out and you enroll 3 people, to do the exact same thing. The company is going to pay you $150 per month. All right. And then those 3 people tell 2 that tell 3. And of course, we have a support system that is amazing. When you sign up, you will be brought into a whole trading community where we have these kinds of live webinars that you'll be able to plug people into every single day. Okay. And so once you get 12 people in your organization, then you're Platinum 600. Okay, which is $150 a week. Listen, that's your child's tuition. Or maybe, they want to sign up for baseball or soccer or volleyball or basketball. All those things cost money, right? Or maybe your child goes to private school and you're on the booster club and you want to give, whatever. I mean, it's your money, so you can do whatever you want to do. But I know that extra $600 a month definitely can be a game changer. Platinum 1000 is where you have, now you have 30 people in your organization, just 30 people, and you're gonna make $1,000 a month, $250 a week, another game changer, okay? And then you can go on, you can see there are ranks here that go up. Some of you that are interested in that, we can talk more one-on-one. But what I wanna do now is I see we have quite a few people on the call. I wanna open it up for any questions that anybody may have. You can simply unmute yourself and ask any questions that you may have tonight. And then I'm gonna shift over. We're gonna do a leadership strategy call for the next few minutes for those that are on that are leaders and really looking to build their business and accelerate their income. But before we do that, I want to open it up for prospects. Any prospects that may be on the line that are like, wow, that was great, but I got a couple questions. So just unmute your line. Any questions? You can hit unmute. You want to hit unmute? You guys might be trying to figure out how to do it. I'm going to unmute all. If you could mute yourself back out if you don't have a question, because it's probably going to be noisy because we're going to be hearing people's background noise. So let me try that.
Yeah, what I do, man, I just send people or tell her, look at it, they got me. Because
okay, I just muted back out. I was trying to unmute. Does anybody, it sounds like there's some questions out there. Anybody have any questions? You want to unmute your line? Anybody have any questions? You want to unmute? You want to unmute your line? Any questions?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Dr.
I can.
Jewel?
How are you?
Okay. This is Monica from Ohio. Doing good. I do have a question about the email notifications on the daily swipe trading.
Yes.
How do I get signed up for that to start receiving those email notifications?
Okay, are you already in the system now, Monica?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. That's awesome. I congratulate you for that. If you go on your back office, there is a place on there where it's up under products, and you can click on swipe trades.
Okay.
Under products on your back office. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm glad you're on. Anyone else?
Well, thank you.
Anyone else? Any other questions? Okay, great. Well, that concludes for the prospects on tonight. I want to thank you, prospects, leaders, you guys stay on. But for the prospects, also there's going to be another webinar at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. So if you want to see it again, please get on there. And also leaders know that prospecting webinar is going to happen. So please make sure that you communicate that with your prospects who may want to see it again, and or maybe they want to invite some people on there. Okay. So again, thank you so much for joining us on tonight. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and move over to the leadership portion of tonight's call, and I'm excited that you guys got on. I wanted to have this call with the leaders. Thank you, Dad. Did you get a copy? Yeah. Yourself, great job. I wanted to have this conversation with, text me the batch total too, okay? Thanks. I wanted to have this conversation with you all as leaders. First of all, I salute you for even being a leader and making up in your mind that you are an entrepreneur. I think that entrepreneur is something that's very much admired, but you know, and we're all students. Let's be clear. I'm still very much learning, but I think that it is important to understand what it takes. And being honest with yourself, are you willing to pay that price? You know, there are a lot of people like, oh, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. That's great. But the question is, do I really want to do what it takes? Because it takes a lot of consistency. So I went over some of these things this morning, but I want to review them with you this evening And then I want the leaders, if you guys want me to address specific things, you know, you'll have an opportunity to do that. So let me just go over these couple things. First of all, make a contact list. Make a contact list. I think that is so, so very important that you make a contact list, because if you're just leaving it up to memory on who you're going to talk to, you know, you'll have somebody randomly, you know, go across your mind, and then, you know, a day later or an hour later, you forgot who you were supposed to call. So don't try to go off of memory. I was using my cell phone to make a lot of notes, and it was working, and I still do it, but I had to take it to the next level, and I had to pull out the old hefty journal, just because too many people were getting missed. And so one of the things you need to do is come up with an overall contact list of everybody that you know. Not everybody that you know just in your city, but everybody that you know across the world. Because remember, this is a global business, okay? Everybody put in the chat right now, this is a global business, because I think sometimes people forget this business is not local. It's not just about who you know that lives in Atlanta, or who you know that lives in Detroit, or who you know that lives in Timbuktu. This is a global business, and so you need to treat it that way. So what you need to do is make a contact list of all the people that you know. The one thing that I do love about network marketing, that I'll say in this whole team building thing, is that it really puts a demand on you personally to develop, and also to develop as a leader. Because sometimes, you know, sometimes we think, you know, and I want you to think highly of yourself. But what I'm saying is that we all need development, okay? And when I pulled this journal out just a couple weeks ago, I was like, you know, I felt like my business was doing well, but I said, I'm missing some stuff. And that's what I was missing. I was missing writing down actual notes of who I talked to, putting the date next to it, putting if I left a message, did I leave a text message? Did I talk to them? Do I need to call them back? Have they gotten there too yet? Because what I was doing is, once people got in, and then I said, well, you know, you need to get your two, saying, you know, you need to get your two, and making sure they got their two are two different things. So making sure, you know, putting in your notes, oh, they got their two. Because if they don't want to build a business, I don't have to push them on the leadership calls or work with them, you know, every day. I just need to make sure that they're using the tools that they have before them. And so, so I want to encourage you to take notes, pull out a pen and a paper. Experts even say that people that write things down, their retention and their ability to learn. So I love the digital technology of typing notes. And again, I'm not against that, but at the end of the day, we got to make sure that we're not having things slip through the cracks because we're not as diligent as we need to be. And we're running here and we're running there. But at the end of the day, this is powerful because this puts you in a position to become a savvy investor. And it gives the people that you talk to, your clients, to become savvy investors, okay? So make a contact list of 250 people that you know. I'm talking about dry cleaners, bank, grocery store, chamber of commerce. Go back through your social media, see who you need to reach out to. I mean, get in that thing and be diligent. Get in that thing and work your business like your why is big. I was just talking to, I don't know if my daughter's on here, but I was just having a conversation with her. And I was saying, baby, your why is big. I know my why is big. I got a big why, and I got a lot that I need to accomplish, and I'm determined to accomplish the majority. I have goals for 2018 already, but I got some things that I want to do in 2017. Period. End of that story. Okay. And it's going to take mucho money to do it. So figure out that why and get that why happening and make it big. And sometimes you got to remind yourself, this is what I need to happen. Okay. Also, you need to make sure that you are working with at least 5 leaders. You got to figure out who are the 5 leaders that you're going to work with. That means who are the 5 leaders you're going to talk to. Tamara called me, or I mean, not Tamara, Nadine called me earlier. She was brainstorming with Tracy. I'm like, that's right. Get together and brainstorm. Get together and brainstorm with like-minded people. Everybody is not going to run with you like you want them to run. I can tell you right now, most people do not have the mental or emotional stamina. I have to hold myself back. That's why this is a leadership call, so I'm keeping it real. I have to hold myself back when people say stuff like, yeah, I've been busy. I got busy with Like, stop. Everybody got stuff. Don't even say you got busy. Just say you are easily distracted, just like children, and you are learning to become mature and manage multiple things, and you need help. That's why at the Millionaires Conference I'm doing in Atlanta, I'm working on getting care.com there. I need everybody having a housekeeper and cook. I need everybody having a driver, because all these little menial tasks of running around, it is time to be able to focus and build your business and work on income producing activity. Income producing activity. Income producing activity is not running in circles, making 50,000 errands. And if you're making those errands, then at least be working the phone while you're doing the errands. So what am I saying? That in order for you to really, really take your game up to the next level, you're going to have to buckle down on some stuff. And I'm passionate about this, you know, because people are like, well, you know, and that's why I love people like Bishop Jakes, who is doing multiple things. I like people in ministry, and Pastor Tariq is on here, and I'm glad. He's got a family, he's got a ministry, he's got a daycare. He's not sitting around making excuses for why he can't expand his capacity. Make up your mind. You either want a bigger capacity or you're going to stay the same. It's one or the other. And so, but people just have to make up their mind and understand, yeah, it's going to take more for me, but I'd rather do that than end up getting behind. You know what I mean? What do I mean? When I say getting behind, I mean behind financially. You could have been a millionaire 10 times over, but you just wouldn't run yourself with tighter boundaries. I run myself with very, very strict boundaries, which is why I hope you guys are fasting today. No food for 24 hours. We're believing for the nation, you know, and what's going on, but we're also believing for our own personal development and growth. I'm believing for you all's own personal development and growth. Yes, little things will burn you out. Yes, Neil, we don't have time for that. And so that we have mental clarity and that we are clear on what we're doing and not sitting around using anything as an excuse. Family, ministry, nothing. No excuses, just results. And so what I do is, yeah, there's certain areas where I'm like, okay, well, I need some help in this. Well, I'll say, okay, I got my faith on that. I'm calling that person in, or I'm doing the same thing right now. I'm helping Marquita hire a nanny, because I'm like, look, we got stuff to do. So that's kind of that. So if you can't hire somebody right now, then set your mind by the beginning of the year, I'm hiring a housekeeper, or I'm hiring a bookkeeper to keep my books. But I don't want to hear from this team at all, because I don't allow myself to do it. I don't want to hear why you're not prospering. I don't want to hear that. Just tell yourself, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I'm becoming more disciplined. I'm having to work on my time. Okay, that's what you just say that, because I respect that, because that's all of us in some shape, form, or fashion. We got to work on some stuff, you know. But say that, but don't keep making these excuses. And I'm having this conversation with you because I do not want you to slide into 2018 in the same financial place that you're in right now. It's just not going to be acceptable. It's not acceptable for me. It's not acceptable for you. If you on this team, you on this webinar, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable to stay in the same financial place. And again, I'm not saying you're not living good. You know, God has blessed me. He's been very kind to me. I got all my dream cars. I'm living in my dream house. Thank you, Jesus. But I got a whole lot more to accomplish. So I don't let these four walls or this blessing cause me to become sluggish with moving forward with great perseverance and tenacity. Okay? And so that's how you got to think. Like that, no. Praise God. But it's a whole lot more than this. And I intend on getting it. Right? And I know you intend on getting it. Right? Okay. So figure out what 5 leaders you're going to be working with. If you don't have them, call them in. Call them in. God, I thank you for sending me 5 leaders that are hungry, that I don't have to babysit, that's calling me. Nadine called me today. Sean called me today. I love those kind of leaders. Y'all can't call me enough. Peaches called me today. I'm like, yes, yes, come on, let's get this. Nobody should call you and what you doing? Okay, you make your calls? No. And there are people you have to do that with. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying negate those people, but I'm talking about your 5. Your 5 is like, those are transformers. Those are the ones like, what's up? Let's go. You know, they ready to go. They run, what we doing? You know, this is what I'm doing today. This is who I'm calling today. This is who I'm emailing today. And they not in their feelings. I called you earlier. You didn't call me back. Like Sean, he called me this morning. He didn't get his answer. He called me back. I respect that. You can't call me too much. Because if I don't call you, if I don't answer your call, it's probably because I'm helping somebody else. So I respect that. But don't, I called you or I called such and such, but they didn't answer my question. So, oh, well, you are going to have those people. You just are. But I'm talking about your 5, you got to find you 5 hungry runners that's ready to go, ready to hit chairman. They on this run to chairman, period. All right. So figure out who those 5 are. If you don't have those 5, you will find those 5 because you made a decision you're going to find those 5. And you're going to be a magnet to those 5, okay? And then work on enrolling 5 customers per week personally yourself. You got to keep it. I'm still enrolling people. I don't not enroll. I am still enrolling people, okay? Every week, my goal is to make sure that I enroll 5 people. Then I asked you earlier, track how many phone calls are you making a day? How many phone calls are you making a day? Because if you're only talking to 5 people a day, I'm not talking about, you know, and yeah, some of those people are going to be your leaders, but you got to be talking to prospects too. So if you tell me you just made 5 phone calls a day, I'm like, that's why you're not making your goals. The big part of this business, and I got really one of my best friends, my girl, I love her to life. And she's successful and, you know, she's really looking at this and, you know, doing this business and all of that. And she said, I just don't like all the phone work. I said, girl, don't do it then. Just come in and be a trader because it takes phone work, period. So track how many phone calls you're making. Track how many meetings are you doing for the week. Like I'm doing a meeting on Thursday here in Nashville. If you got anybody in the area, I'm gonna send that out. Also in Detroit Monday, I'm about to send that out to you all. Tuesday, I'm in Saginaw with Pastor Tariq, Pastor Alvernis. Wednesday with Pastor Harold, I think it is, on Wednesday in Grand Rapids. And then I may stay in Detroit on Thursday or Friday. Okay, just depending on, I'm going where the momentum is. All right. Also, I want to encourage you to do Facebook Live and maybe do an interview, you know, or just talk. Or if you got somebody in your city you can do an interview with. Or with Facebook now, you can get other people to come on across the country. So Sean, whoever your greatest testimony is, you might say, hey, let's do a Facebook Live at 12 o'clock tomorrow at noon. And at 8 o'clock, start advertising. I'm telling y'all, I need to do that myself. Okay. Where you do a, you know, Facebook Live where you have somebody come on and say, hey, I want you to share your story. I think I'm gonna do that myself. I did a Facebook video that I'm getting ready to post. That face. Okay, great. All right. Do a Facebook video inviting people, like if Detroit people use my video, I'm gonna send it to you. Use that video, post it on your social media. If you want to use your own video, you can. It doesn't matter. But we got to use social media to build our business. Okay. Also, you might want to look at joining meetup groups or joining like a chamber of commerce so that you can get around other high networkers, because your circle may be people that don't have the right mindset, and maybe you're bringing people in, but those people are massive influence. Those are the people you really want to be looking at bringing in. Okay, and I talked about earlier, make sure you upgrade your image, make sure your hair is together, your nails are on point, that you're smiling, your car is clean. Don't be picking up prospects in your car nasty, talking about, I got kids. Excellence does not compromise. Go watch that car, because people pay attention to that. You know, if you having a meeting at your house, and burn some candles, because your house might stink and you don't know it. No, seriously, sometimes your house, that's why I burn candles in my house often, just because of life. You pork chops one night, bacon the other night, and it could just smell of food. So you want, those things matter. I'm telling you, those things matter. Work with what you have. You might say, well, I don't like my house. It don't matter. Work with what you have. I don't like my car. Work with what you have. People will respect excellence, period. Okay, so those are some of the things that I wanted to go over with you tonight. To make your contact list, We're enrolling 5 people every single week. Work your business. If you're serious, you need to be working your business at least 5 hours a week. I mean, excuse me, 5 hours a day. If you on a chairman run. If you're not on a chairman run, you do whatever you want to do. But if you on a chairman run, 5 hours minimum a day. I've been working my business. I got up this morning, had my prayer meditation. I was making my first phone call by 8 o'clock. And I've been working these phones since 8 this morning. And I'll probably be working these phones tonight up until about 11 o'clock. And might be talking to leaders at 11 or midnight. And again, I'm going after $70,000 a month, Chairman 50. So with bonuses. So that don't bother me. All right. Thank God. And I got an overachiever husband. Jesus, the Lord knew. Average man would have been like, you doing too much. All right. Any questions? Anything you guys need me to go over that I did not? Questions or anything you want me to go over? Anything you want me to go over?
Dr. Jewel.
Hey.
It's Sean here.
Hey.
Okay, so hey there. So one of my new people, Miss Kamala Thomas, I believe she's on the line. She's one of my leaders. She was asking about the whole objection thing, or mainly just trying to get prospects and get past that to and free. I guess basically for the brand new person, the brand new leader that says, I want to run with this thing, how should they be starting up as far as getting prospects in the seats and getting people signed up?
That's great. What's her name?
Kamala Thomas, Miss Thomas, I think she's on the phone.
Yes,
I'm
on. I'm on.
Hey,
Can you
lady.
guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. So first, I want to just welcome you to the team. I love doggies. Hearing your doggy make me want one. I want to go doodle so bad. I want to doodle, girl. Hearing that dog. Drop that. Give me tonight.
Yeah.
I was so bad. I said, baby, I want to go and doodle. He just looked at me like, with our schedule for real, I gotta find, y'all believe God with me that I find somebody that want a part-time dog that they can get them. They can get them. Oh my gosh, Tariq just said they just hired the best people today. Yes, Tariq. Yes, Pastor Tariq. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I love that. Y'all make me happy when y'all do that. Yes, we have to. It's gonna make your life so much better. We don't have time for all of that. Okay, but anyway, so Kamala, this is great because it's like what I said. Building a team really is a lot of personal and leadership development. So it's going to pull stuff out of you that you didn't know you had. But it's great because in the meantime, you're developing courage, you're developing boldness, and you're developing confidence, which is needed for Uber success. So what I would do is make a contact list. Just start with your everyday person. Write down your local banker, the girl you see all the time at the grocery store, the girl who you always see at the dry cleaners, the girl who does your nails, the girls in the hair salon, your co-workers, your family, your friends, anybody that will give you an ear. Don't count anybody out. Because sometimes there's been people I'm like, ooh, they got a poverty mindset. And I was the same one, that girl hungry. Everybody don't have a poverty mindset. Just because they don't have right now doesn't mean they're not willing to do what it takes. So don't count out the person that's broke today. Because I done met some broke people that was ready to get in them trenches like, girl, I'm not going to never be like this. Sometimes your people that are broke are better than your people that's middle class. Because your middle class is sometimes like, well, I'm good. I do well. We do all right. I'm like, girl, it's so much more. It's so much more, you know? So sometimes those broke people are the best people because they tired of being broke and they hungry. So don't count anybody out at all. So I would make a contact list of 200 people. I know you probably think you don't know 200 people, minimum 100, but I promise you, you do. Just sit down and think, go through your phone, you know, A, B, C, D, look at all those contacts in there. Send them the video. It's a 10-minute overview video that Sean can send you. Send them that video and then tell them, hey, I partnered with Millionaires Jewel Tankard And she's traveling all over the world right now, training people on how to make money on their cell phone. And I want to show you what we're doing. I'm going to send you a video, then I want to set up a call possibly with her or my business partner who's working very closely to her, Sean. And we just want to take a couple minutes just to explain to you what we're doing. But it's very innovative, and it is really changing a lot of lives. So that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Yep.
Awesome.
Keep it simple.
Thank you so much for that information.
Yeah, keep it simple. Don't feel like you got to say no whole lot. You got to do no whole lot. Keep it simple. When I first got started, Lawrence and Tamara would tell you, I blew their phone up. I was calling them. I mean, sometimes I was calling them 1 o'clock in the morning, and I did it about 2 months until I finally really felt like I heard the presentation enough that I could rattle it off. But I blew their phone up. So don't hesitate. That's why I tell people, even my leaders that know how to present, I love hearing from my leaders because I know they're serious. Like when people get on here like, yeah, I had a lot going on, so you haven't really heard from me like that. I'm like, you ain't ready. You still making excuses for yourself. I like people who like, listen, I've been making excuses and I'm about to stop. You're going to hear from me more. It's just that simple. I tell people you can't make excuses and make money at the same time. It's just impossible. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody have any other questions?
How did you make you something to eat and then ask all of us that's starving if we wanted something to eat?
LaShawn. She said, how you? I guess she's not fasting with us.
Where did you get cheese from?
Out the refrigerator.
Okay. Ooh, that's funny. Everybody said I ain't doing that fast. Well, I am. That's all right. Okay, who else? Anybody else got any other questions? Any other questions?
Hey, Dr. Joy, I just got back on the line because I was helping a customer get their stuff set up.
Okay.
Did you talk about did you go over any of the structuring part?
I did not. Go ahead, Millie. Great job. Go, genius.
Okay, so real quick, for those of you who are new and you are wanting to learn how to build effectively and efficiently. So Dr. Jewel already told you guys about getting your writing your list out to start reaching out to those people. But there are a couple of things that you want to make sure that you're aware of as well, and it's the building structure. So if you have not yet, make sure that you go on YouTube and you can search my name, Camille Westmoreland, and I actually have a video out there with regards to the business building strategy, because not only do you want to bring people in, but in bringing people in, you want to make sure that you are properly placing people so that you can maximize from a growth standpoint. Because if you were to bring in 12 people, but all 12 of those people are one under the other, you won't hit a rank as quickly as if you have your 3 legs with 4 people in each leg. And so that video is extremely important. And so I encourage each of you to make sure that you take time to look at that video. I'm trying to find my chart while I'm talking to you, just to briefly show you what it looks like. And for those of you who are on your phone or who are on, you may be on your phone or you may be on your tablet, you can take a screenshot of the chart. But this is basically the chart. So for those of you who are new, you want to structure your organization with 3 legs, 3 wide, and then go deep. Okay, and so this particular chart just basically shows you the volume that you need in each leg. I'm actually going to be updating the chart today to just make it a little bit more simplified with regards to what you need, for each leg. So this is clearly telling you
the number of subscribers you need in each leg. So you will just take a look at this chart and look at your back office. So this example I have here is someone that is working towards getting to Platinum 2000. And so the column that you actually want to pay attention to is right here. You can see that the 55-45 column. That's what you're actually looking at with regards to what you need to make happen. So to kind of give you an example, is this column right here. I just wanted to highlight so people can actually see. Okay, so with this particular column right here, if you go back to the chart, we're looking at somebody that's interested in getting to Platinum 2000. So it tells you for your first leg, and the legs are not in any particular order. Whichever are your two biggest legs are your legs 1 and 2, okay? So for Platinum 2000, it tells you the first leg needs 4350. When you look at the chart, your biggest leg has 7490. So that tells you you've met the volume in that leg. So what does that mean for you? When you bring in more people, you don't need to place people in that leg because you met the max volume you need for that leg. So you want to focus on your other legs. So when you go back to the chart again for Platinum 2000, if you look at leg 2, it says it needs 4350. So when you go back, your next largest leg has 2430. So what you do is basically take 4350 and you subtract 2430, which I believe is like I can't do the math. If somebody want to type the math in, you can. But you pretty much do the difference. And basically when you do the difference, that tells you how many more points you need. So basically every package that comes in is either 145 points or 155 points, depending on if they get the Platinum package or the Platinum Plus. So I normally do the math based on the 145. So you may need a little bit less than what you're calculating by doing that. So then once you get there, thank you, 1920. Appreciate that. So when you get that 1920, you divide that by 145. When you divide 1920 by 145, that tells you how many more people you need to register in that leg. Okay. So then you have that. So then you'll know, okay, the next 10 people I bring in, I need to put under there. And then when you go to your third leg for Platinum 2000, where you have to have 2,175 in volume, you see that you have 1675. So you need about 500 more points, which is roughly, I believe, 4 packages. So that's letting you know as people are coming in, that's where you need to start placing to get those numbers to move towards those minimums needed to hit that rank. And that's how you want to flow. So even with that, if you're not necessarily bringing the people in per se at that moment, but you have leaders that are building, let's just say in my middle leg, Sean is in my middle leg, and I'm like, okay, Sean, let's see, who do you have? I need to do some 3-ways for you. So you want to look at that leader and what they need to get to their next rank, because the key is helping your leaders hit rank. Because as you focus on your leaders and helping your leaders hit rank, then your ranks will continue to increase. And so the key is to at least get to 600 to get that solid foundation, and then identifying your leaders once you hit 600 of who is ready to go to the next level. So as you help them hit 600, it's going to push you right over to 1,000. So that's pretty much how the chart flows and works in a nutshell. But as I mentioned, because I know we've been on the call probably about an hour now, so you want to go to YouTube and look up Camille Westmoreland Business Building Strategy and take a look at that in more detail. And it lays out all the logistical pieces with regards to building, like having a customer versus a subscriber. Those things are important. Having your personal enrollments versus just subscribers that come through your unilevel or from placements and things like that. So those are things that you definitely want to make sure that you understand in that regard. So that's all I have. So Dr. Jill, I'll turn it back over to you. Not sure what she is. Does anybody have any questions for me before we wrap the call? Okay. Well, if nobody has any questions, this was recorded, so we will definitely be sending this back out.
Hey, Neil.
Hey.
Hey, real quick, that was great. I was bringing a chair down the steps. I heard you, but I couldn't answer. But anyway, I wanted to say this. Use the prospecting webinars that are happening tonight. Lawrence is doing them. He does an amazing webinar. Get your prospects on there. That's going to be a great way for you to close your people. Okay, so we'll send that text out again. Get it out to your people. Let's make it happen, guys. God bless.